Hi guys, we are the third year Triple E student at Imperial College. We are doing a collaboration of a probe space project with IBM. My name is Sean, and today we bring together my friend and the group Wei to do an unboxing video to discover what is in the box for us to do the probe.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and open it. We got this box from IBM with all the parts that are necessary for the probe. And so we have some packaging material, as usual. And then we have a box which contains, well, some documentation and two different things in it actually. So this is a fun cube dongle, comes in a box, and that's what it looks like. I don't know if you can see it on camera.
It looks like a USB stick.
Yeah, it's a USB stick. And so this is the radio communicator, so for the LoRa, long-range radio communication. And this either goes into a computer on the ground or a Raspberry Pi. And it's basically for the radio communication with the probe once it's up in space.
Is there a limitation to the distance and how far the radio can go, or?
Well, it should be rated to work at the heights that we are aiming to achieve, which is about 20 miles up in the sky. And then what else is in the box? We have 3 Raspberry Pis, and that's what they look like, and that's just the board, which is that thing, is the Raspberry Pi.
So what does it do, right?
So this is going to be basically the CPU of the probe, and it's going to control all the sensors and all the communications that are attached to the probe.
Right.
Yeah, it's basically the brain of the probe.
A lot more boxes to go. What is this?
And so that is a Raspberry Pi camera module, if you can see it. And so that's what it looks like. It's basically this small chip here, and that black thing in the center, that's the camera. It's a 5 megapixel camera that's been designed specifically for the Raspberry Pi.
So the camera itself is almost the size of the camera that is attached on every one of your cell phone and smartphone.
Yeah, more or less it is.
But you know, it just has another few strings attached to it.
And more boxes. And this one we have 3 packages.
It's like opening boxes, you know, for a present for Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah.
So many boxes to open.
So the first thing is a lux sensor. That's basically a light sensor to tell us how intense the light is when the probe goes up. And we should expect that it'll get kind of more intense as we get closer and closer to the sun.
What happens if the intensity doesn't increase as the altitude increases?
Well, that's probably due to cloud cover as we go up, and then but once it goes past the clouds, it should get brighter.
Okay.
And then we have a package full of SD cards, micro SD cards actually, 32 gig ones, and we have 3 of them in this package. So good space to store all our information. And finally, we have an accelerometer, which is this chip here.
Accelerometer.
Yeah, so that should be able to tell us kind of the acceleration of the probe and whether it's spinning or not, because it has 6 degrees of freedom, so it should be good.
6 degrees of freedom.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a song from the script, the 6 degrees of freedom.
Yeah. Degrees of separation.
So fisheye lenses for the camera that we showed earlier. This basically gives it wide angle view. So with these 3 cameras, we should be able to get a 360 degrees view once we send the probe up. And
beautiful.
Then we have 2 boxes, identical, and these contain the Eye in the Sky kit, as you can see. And so, yeah, that's
We have so many of them.
we have 2 of them, and that's the board to control all the communications. And this is the thing that you put the batteries in to power the module. And then we have the antenna itself. So this thing would be attached. This entire box would be attached to the probe because this is designed for high weather balloons, which is essentially what we're launching. So that's the antenna.
So tell me, Wei, how is this communication kit different from the previous communication kit that we have seen just now?
So this is slightly more narrowband. It has a specific frequency, but it is designed to work at high altitudes because it gets really cold up there. So the one that this USB thing is not designed to, get off the ground ever. So it might not work if we expose it to the cold temperatures that you'd expect to find in space.
I see.
And then we have...
Maybe we should take the
should...
small box before we get this big box?
Yeah, and it says here that it is the power converter for the Raspberry Pi. So
let's see what it looks like.
That the Pi needs some sort of power to power all the sensors and the board itself, and that's what it is. So box, insert batteries again, and then wires to connect it up to the Pi. Simple. And finally, we get to the things that would actually get us to space. We have a really heavy box. It's heavier than...
This is a balloon. So you're gonna put it on the payload. It's gonna bring you up in the sky. Let's check it out.
Yep. So that's what it looks like. We're not gonna actually take it out of the wrapping because it's very fragile and we don't want to break it. So that goes back in there. And then we have some string to attach the balloons and presumably the parachute to the payload. And that's the parachute, well, the bag that the parachute comes in. So if you could open it up. And that's what it looks like.
It's not my favorite color. It's like bright green, but hey.
But it's red and green. It's festive.
It's Christmas time.
So yeah, that's all.
That's what we're doing. Unboxing. Everything we need. Okay, so that's it. That's everything from the box.
Yeah.
That's it from us today, Sean and Wei.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Whoa, Jesus.